So many amazing games are dropping on Mac computers in 2020, so let's take a look. Number 20, we have Warcraft III Reforged. Reforged is a complete reimagining of the classic real-time strategy, originally released in 2002. This new version will bring support for the Metal Graphics API, but also it's obviously going to bring an updated UI, rebalanced gameplay, and improved visuals for cutscenes and just overall gameplay. Warcraft 3 Reforged will be available to buy on the 28th of January 2020 from the Battle.net app. Its requirements are yet to be released. Number 19 is Firmament. Here we have a steampunk puzzle adventure by Scion, the studio that brought you Myst, Riven, Euro, and Abduction. Firmament is said to have a stronger focus on narrative. For instance, you have a device now that becomes a vital part of the journey and will help you to solve puzzles. Firmament will have support for the Metal Graphics API, and what I do know is that it will be a graphically demanding game, so it might not work well on older Mac models, especially MacBooks or MacBook Airs. Firmament is estimated to release July 2020. Number 18, we have Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a free-to-play action RPG, which isn't exactly new. But in late 2019, it was announced on the game's official Twitter page that in 2020 a Mac version will arrive. I'd say the reason for its macOS port is because Grinding Gear Games are also porting it to iPhone and iPads later this year. You'll be able to download it for free from Steam, and it should be supported on most Macs back to 2012. Number 17 is Those Who Remain. The Mac platform is not short of horror games from Soma, Outlast, Alien Isolation, or Layers of Fear. Those Who Remain is looking to be another great addition. You play as Edward, who is trying to pass through a dark and small town. It's going to have an up-close and psychological tone. Those Who Remain is releasing in Q1 2020. The game should be playable on most Macs back to 2012. Number 16, we have Hollow Knight, Silksong. Silksong is the second game by Team Cherry and is a sequel to Hollow Knight. This time the game takes place in a whole new kingdom ruled by Silk and Song. You'll be playing as Hornet, the princess protector of Hollow Nest. The aim of the game is to get to the kingdom's peak, so to do this, players will battle many new foes and solve mysteries as you explore. Hollow Knight Silksong should be playable on most Macs out there when it releases. Number 15 is The Pathless. Originally set to release in late 2019 on Apple Arcade, The Pathless was recently delayed until 2020. It's an atmospheric adventure game by developer Giant Squid, who previously brought you Abzu. You play as a hunter who is a master of archery, and together with your eagle, you'll try to save the world from a curse of darkness. The Pathless should be playable on all Macs back to 2012. Number 14, we have The Pedestrian. After being in development for 7 years, Skookum Arts is finally ready to release their game to the masses. It mixes a dynamic 3D world with a 2D side-scrolling puzzle platforming gameplay element. It's super cool. So it works by you rearranging and reconnecting public signs so you can continue to advance to the next stage. The Pedestrian is releasing on the 30th of January 2020 and will be available from Steam. Its requirements are yet to be released. Number 13 is System Shock. System Shock is a reboot of the 1994 video game of the same name. While the game is going to have a completely overhauled graphics, the core of the gameplay is still true to the original. In fact, the developer, Night Dive Studios, has been collaborating with the original developers of System Shock 1, and also have brought on board industry veterans from games like Fallout New Vegas, Mass Effect, and BioShock. On the game's official website, it confirms a Mac version. Number 12, we have Relic Hunters Legend. Here we have a great upcoming free-to-play Steam game. It's an online top-down cooperative shooter that will feature fast, fluid, and fun gameplay. Players can go online with up to 4 other players, and together you can go against the opposing team or try out the story mode. The game has gorgeous visuals that mix 2D and 3D elements. Relic Hunters Legend is set to release in Q1 2020. Number 11 is Psychonauts 2. Back in 2015, Double Fine Productions launched a crowdfunding campaign to create a sequel to Psychonauts. Thanks to the backing from thousands of fans, the game is in development. It was set to release in late 2019, but for whatever reason, it was delayed until sometime this year. It will be a third-person platform adventure similar to its predecessor, but will bring new psychic abilities, worlds, and modern puzzles. Number 10, we have Crusader Kings III. Paradox Interactive are finally releasing their next installment in their grand strategy series. This time it's set from the Viking Age to the fall of Byzantium. According to Paradox, it's a new generation of grand strategy with new 3D character models and even more detailed maps. The Mac requirements on Steam have not been revealed yet, so I can't really say much. Also, if you didn't know, Crusader Kings II is now free to play on Steam. Number 9 is Carrion. Carrion is a reverse horror game where you play as a terrifying creature that is stalking and consuming everything in its path. Why? Well, because it's been imprisoned and it wants out. The creature will grow and evolve as you play, gaining new abilities. The game has an incredibly strong focus on violence and action, so if that's not for you, then maybe skip it. According to the game's Steam requirements, Carrion should be playable on most Macs out there. Number 8, we have Eastwood. Here we have a charming adventure RPG set in the world of Eastwood. The developer Pixpal were inspired by 90s Japanese animation when creating this game. You can see this from the game's 3D lighting techniques and soulful retro pixel art. In the game, players can travel, fight monsters and bosses, switch between characters, solve puzzles, and talk to NPCs. According to the game's Steam requirements, it should be playable on most Macs out there. Number 7 is Creaks. Nothing much is known about Creaks yet. It's Amanita Design's next puzzle adventure. All I know is that in the game you are meeting new neighbors, whatever that means. You may remember Amanita Design's previous games from Pilgrims on Apple Arcade, Chichel, the Samorost series, or Machinarium. Creaks should be playable on most Macs back to 2012. Number 6, we have Sky, Children of the Light. Originally released on iPhone and iPads in 2019, that game company planned to port this open-world adventure to macOS in 2020. The Mac version should be, well, exactly the same as the mobile counterpart. The only difference will be the ability to play with a mouse and keyboard and having access to higher resolutions up to 4K, and obviously the game will still support controllers on this platform too. The good news too is that the game will be playable on all Macs back to 2012. Number 5 is Prodeus. So Proteus is an interesting game. It's a fast-paced FPS, mixing both old and modern rendering techniques. The developer Bounding Box Software want the game to match the quality of a AAA title, but still stick to the roots of older FPS games and technical hardware. So far, the requirements for this one are rather low. That said, to get a steady 60 frames, you'll want to play on a recent iMac or Mac Pro. Also, no release date has been shared apart from just 2020. Number 4, we have The Last Night. This incredibly beautiful cinematic platformer has been delayed after delayed. I actually thought it was cancelled, though according to Twitter, the team Oddtails is still hard at work. Since the game was initially shown, it has gone through some big graphical improvements. The Mac version will have support for 4K resolution and 60 FPS gameplay. However, running at those settings will require a powerful Mac. Number 3 is a Total War Saga, Troy. In late 2019, Feral Interactive went public stating that they will port Troy to macOS in 2020. This should not have come as a big surprise though, as they are not shy working on Mac versions of the Total War games. Troy is inspired by Homer's Iliad, so it focuses on the historical flashpoint of the Trojan War. A Total War Saga Troy will come to macOS shortly after the Windows release in 2020. Number 2, we have Beyond a Steel Sky. Beyond a Steel Sky is set to release on Apple Arcade in early 2020. It's the sequel to Beneath a Steel Sky, so this new version has 30 years of Revolution's history wrapped into it. It's a big experience, guys, with advanced 3D graphics, professional voice acting, and intricate adventure and puzzle gameplay. Beyond a Steel Sky should be supported on all Macs back to 2012. Number 1, we have Wasteland 3. The next game in the acclaimed RPG strategy series is coming to Mac this year. Wasteland 3 will take you to the American Southwest and to Colorado. This time around, there is a bigger emphasis on a few aspects of the game, from deep reactivity, replayability, and strategy combat. Wasteland 3 is set to release on the 19th of May 2020 on Steam and GOG, and possibly other platforms. The game will be best played on recent iMacs or Mac Pros with dedicated graphics. Which Mac games are you most excited to try in 2020? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, for whatever reason, please leave a like. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already to be notified about future uploads. Anyway, thanks for watching.